Hey folks, welcome back to another video of the Flutter Development course brought to you by Newton School. My name is Harsh Kumar Khatri and I am currently working as a Flutter developer at Hope, and I have worked as an intern at Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and I have also been an ex-Flutter developer intern at a firm named AppScript, where my primary goal was to work on Flutter applications. And apart from that, I am also an instructor and educator on Udemy and EduNX, where my Flutter development courses have more than 40,000 plus enrollments, so you can check them out as well. Now, talking about what Newton School is. So basically Newton School is a platform that helps you to learn and grow your skills that you need for your best tech career. They have courses specifically designed for freshers, working professionals, and for women with no prior experience in tech. Newton School first trains you for 6 months and helps you become a full stack developer. They also have a network of 300 plus great companies who hire directly from Newton School. So once your training is complete, Newton School ensures that you are placed with one of the best firms in the country. And apart from that, they are also having a pay after placement program where you don't have to pay anything to Newton School until and unless you are placed with a minimum CTC of 5 lakh rupees per annum. So that is a pretty great thing. They also have another amazing initiative known as Launchpad, where you are provided with some of the courses for free of cost, and you can learn about those courses and also get a certificate of completion after completing the courses. So make sure to check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description. So in this video, we are going to work on the artistic UI and we'll be working on the screen 3 for this particular project. In the later half of this video, I'll be showing you the final output. So how our UI has turned out to be. So we'll be looking into that. But before that, let me show you how the third screen looks like. So this is the profile UI screen for the user inside the artistic UI project. You can see that the red rectangle appearing over there and some other details of the user which are appearing over here. So you can see over here that the complete profile and some other stuff is some other widgets are also being displayed over here. So we'll be working on each of these widgets in this video and we'll be seeing how these are implemented with Flutter. So without wasting any more time, let me switch my screen and let's start working on the same. So you can see over here that I have switched my screen and have opened the project which we were working on in the previous video. So this is basically the implementation of the UI which we are doing, and I have already shown you the implementation of screen 1 and screen 2 in the previous 2 videos. So if you haven't checked them out, then make sure to check them out. Those will be available on the channel. And yeah, now let's start working on the screen 3.dart file which we have created in the previous video. So for that, I've already added a stateful widget. I'll be replacing the container over here with the scaffold as we have done for both of those screen. And for that, apart from that, I'll be adding the body of the scaffold as a stack widget, which takes multiple childrens, and I'll be copying the widgets from the previous screen, that's screen 2. So basically the white background which we have added with the height and width of maximum, like the media query dot of context dot size dot height or width. So I'll be copying that container widget over here. And from the screen 1, I'll be copying the rectangle widget, that's the purple rectangle. Apart from that, I also need the semicircle which was appearing on the top, and I also need the border that's in white color from the screen 1 which we have added. So I'll be copying those 3 things, going back into screen 3 and pasting them, hitting Ctrl S, and there you can see that the rectangle and the semicircle is appearing with the border. Next up, I need to change the padding of that semicircle. So I'll be changing the padding of left from the value of 2 to 25, and I'll be adding a right padding as well of value 25 over there. And I need to change the widget which is present inside the child of this padding. So I'll be changing that widget and replacing it with a row, taking main axis alignment as space between and some children's. So for the children's, the first children would be a text saying back, and it will be having some styles over here. Next up, adding an icon with the icon of menu. So these would be the 2 things which are appearing on the top. Like you can consider them as an app bar, but basically this is not an app bar over here. And after that, after the rectangle which we have added, adding some more widgets. So we need to add an image over here, for which I am adding an alignment. So alignment would be alignment dot top center. So the image would be appearing from the top and in the center location, and it would be having a child of container with the height of 108 and width of 108. This would be wrapped inside a padding So for the padding, I'll be specifying it as only, and it will be from top. So and the value of the padding would be 192. So we'll be having a padding of 192 from top. And now inside this container I can specify the decoration, and inside this decoration I'll also be adding the image, but before that adding some other decoration values. So I have added the color, border radius, the box shadow which is in a form of a list, so that box shadow is also added, and the opacity is 0.3. And after, rather than adding the image inside the box decoration, I am adding the image inside the children as a child of that children only. So I'll be adding that over here, and it would be having an alignment as a parent widget to that. For the alignment I'll be setting it as top right, and for the child of this particular widget which we have added, that's the alignment. I'll be adding another container having some box decorations, and I'll be specifying some decorations again. The first one being a color from red, green, blue and opacity, and after that adding another things inside this as well, like inside this container, formatting the code first. And now you can see that we are displayed with a blue square as well just above the red rectangle which was appearing. And after that inside this, I guess we need to add the height and width, so we need to specify that as well, of height and width 28. And for the shape I'll be setting it to in a circular format. So now you can see that earlier the blue square which was appearing, now it has gone to the top right of the gray square which is having some border radius of type circular, and the blue square has turned its shape to circular to circle, as we have specified the space over there. And we have also set the height and width as 28 because we want that to appear as if like something is hovering over it, kind of hovering over it, not totally hovering over it. So that's why we have added that. And I'll be setting some alignments as well inside this, and the alignment would be center, and for the child of it will be having an icon of a camera, so adding that, and size and color to this icon as well. Saving it, you can see over here that the icon is displayed as a child of this blue square which is now a circle, so as a child of this blue circle. Now I need to add the remaining widgets. So you must be thinking during or throughout this implementation there is no image which is appearing. So basically this gray square which is appearing over here with the rounded border, that is the image. You can replace that with an image, and this camera icon which is appearing is basically to signify that if you want to change that image, you can click on that image and you can choose the image from gallery, or you can take an image from camera and update the image over here. So this is basically the implementation or symbolizing of that. Now I need to add the remaining widgets, for which I'll be having a column at first, and it would be enclosed inside a padding which will be having padding of only, so left and right padding of value 25. And for the children's of this column, I'll be adding a row at first, having a main axis alignment set as main axis alignment dot space around. And for the for the children's of this row, we'll be having another column inside it, which will be having the first child as a text which says applied, some styles to this text, and after this text adding another text which will be saying 28 and adding some styles to this text as well. Now copying and pasting this column widget 2 times. Basically I am copying the column widget which we have added inside the row, so I'll be copying it and pasting it 2 times, saving it once. But before that, let me change the text as well. So I'll be changing applied to reviewed. I'll be changing 28 as well. Next up, changing the applied to contracted and the 28 as well. Saving now, and you can see that the things have appeared on the top of the screen, so I need to change the alignment of them. After this row, I'll be adding the complete profile. For the alignment of these, we'll be changing it a bit later. Before that, let me add the complete profile text inside the column only after the row, like the column which is on the top of that row. So we'll be adding a text inside it. saying complete profile and some styles to it, enclosing this text in some padding. So the padding would be from top with the value of 48. And after this padding, I'll be adding a grid view items, a widget which will be displaying all the different widgets in a format of a grid. So for that I have added a grid view which will be having a physics as never scrollable physics, and after that it will be having shrink wrap as true, and the cross axis count would be 2 because we want only 2 items to be displayed in a cross axis. Next up, the cross axis spacing and child aspect ratio, I am setting them accordingly. You can try and changing these values and see how the app is behaving towards them. And for the children of this grid view dot count, I'll be adding it in a form of a list, and I have added a container which takes a decoration at first, having a color specified in the RGBO format. And you can see over here that the blue rectangle is appearing, changing the radius of it to border radius dot circular. So the circular value would be 16 and it has rounded borders now. And for the child of this container, I'll be adding a column which will be enclosed inside a padding, having a padding of only. So the padding will be from left side of value 12 and right side of value 12. And now inside this column I'll be adding some more widgets, but before that the main axis alignment would be equal to main axis alignment dot space evenly, because we want all the widgets which are present inside this column to be spaced evenly, and I need to specify the cross axis alignment as well. For children's, adding a padding which will be having padding of top as 8, and for child of this padding we are having a container height and width of value 38 with some decorations. For this container I'll be adding an icon, so the icon would be cast for education. Basically this is a random icon which I am using, as the icon which is present in the UI is not available. Setting some colors to it as well. And now after this grid view count, I'll be coming out inside the column. I'll be setting the main axis alignment so that these widgets appear at the bottom. And now you can see that the widgets have appeared in a better format as they were appearing earlier. And after that, setting the cross axis alignment as well, equal to cross axis alignment dot start. Now inside the column, we have added the column which is present inside the grid view. So we have added a padding. So after that I'll be adding another widget of type text over there which says education. And after this text widget we'll be having a row which will be having the first child as expanded, taking a text dot rich, basically a rich text which says 04 steps and some text styles added to it. Now for this text span which says 04 steps, I am adding some more children's in the format of text span only. So adding them as well and some styles to it. And now you can see that it is looking a bit similar to what the UI was. And after this expanded widget which we were having inside the row, as a children of this row I'll be adding an icon which will be of a type arrow forward, so adding that and a specific color to that as well. Now copying the main container widget which we have added, and I'll be pasting that as well again, so that we have two containers now inside this grid view dot count widget. And I'll be changing the color of this so that it looks a bit different than the first container which we are having, and changing the text from education to professional, and some other text as well. And I am changing the value of the colors as well which are appearing over here, so that it matches the exact UI which we are having. Now after this grid view.count, adding another container inside the top level column which we had, which will be having an alignment of center and some padding. So the padding would be from bottom with the value of 45 and from the top with the value of 30, so that some spacing occurs between all of these. And for the child of this container, I'll be adding a by pro slash the value like in the format of an integer. So I'll be adding that, and it says buy pro $23.49, basically to sell the pro account or the pro subscription, and adding some text styles to it. Yeah, so now it matches the UI which we had. Just I need to add some decorations inside this. So I'll be adding a text decoration and underline to the value of the text which we have added inside this container. And now you can see that it matches the UI which we have created, which we have seen in the starting of this video. So basically, yeah, this was pretty much it for this video. Let me just show you the final output. Yeah, so now you have seen how the final output for the UI looks, and it looks pretty amazing. And comparing it to the original UI, it looks mostly similar to that UI as well. And this was pretty much it for this video, where I have shown you the implementation of screen3.dart file, and we have created this profile UI for the user for the UI project which we were working on. And if you got to learn something new from this video, then make sure to drop a like, comment down what you got to learn, and comment down the links for some amazing UI which you want me to create and make the videos for the same. And I'll be posting a video regarding that as well. If you comment that, comment the link of the UI. Share this video with the people in your community so that they can also learn more about UI development with Flutter. Subscribe to the channel to get latest updates regarding the new video being posted every alternate day. So make sure to subscribe as well, and share this video with the people in your community to help them learn Flutter. And make sure to check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description. So they are doing amazing work. Make sure to give them a try as well. And yeah, this was pretty much it for this video. I'll be seeing you in the next one.